My dad is a very traditional Chinese person. When he grew up, he didn't have anything. He didn't even have clothes. He didn't even know what a sausage was. He had to hunt, steal, fish in the villages of China.
I grew up with a single mom. We didn't have much. In 7 years of my childhood, we moved 7 times. Every year we packed up and found a new place. So it was really hard. We struggled, and I never knew what it was like to call a house a home until probably my sophomore year of college.
In my first week, it's been a big deal for me to overcome that fear that I have of getting on the phone, because I know that I am contributing value on those calls. No longer am I afraid, like, I'm gonna get on a phone call with this person and they're not gonna wanna talk to me, and I'm gonna have to, like, I'm gonna be the person that ruins their day. Like, that's how I used to think.
And it starts with the first conversation you have. The more you can dig on a first conversation, the second conversation obviously ripples more and more. Where it gets to a point where it's like, after even maybe 2 or 3 calls, Kayleen or Ari was the only agent out of the 10 that I fucking talked to that cared more about me and my well-being and my situation. The other person's just sending me listings. I'm getting listings from both of them, but I feel comfortable with Kayleen. That's what's gonna dictate someone to say, I would rather work with you than 9 other people out there. Because everyone else is going to do something baseline. That's what makes us stand out for the right reasons, not because we're giving a kickback.
I know. I just saw the sign too.
There are some dips in terms of people purchasing, but what you'll see is there's some consistency of over 50% of single families coming up each respective month. There's over a 50% of homes sold.
So what we need to do is tell the buyer agent, hey, we found out this, the lender and the appraiser, there was miscommunication. Can you give me an update on what's going to happen next? Now, are you going to ask for an extension? We should assume that they're going to say yes. And then what we're going to say is, great, well, you know what? We're on the same page. We want this to close. We want to help your buyers. It is going to take a little bit more time. You're going to extend the contingency. Yet I do need to give confidence to my seller if they are going to give you an extension, which I will have an expectation conversation with them. If they are to give it to you, you need to give me confidence that obviously you're still going to close on time. Can you give that to me? And the way that you can give it to me is if you can have your lender write you an email of conditions or of what expectations will look like moving forward. I just want to make sure that I can advise my client, the seller, appropriately. Basically, that's like, you want to befriend them, but you also want to tell them, hey man, I'm keeping a close eye on you.
Green, I mean, it's kind of like an invitation and it's handwritten, so people will have more likely chance to open it. Morning, lunch, and then calls early in the morning, plus or minus contacts. And then, which means the bulk of your...
Like, they respond to us.
So for example, let's say right now I send 20 messages through IG chat. And then throughout the hour, 2 people respond, but throughout the day, it's a lot. We get a lot of
I didn't.
Yeah, is there a way to listen to
English?
Yeah, you gotta plug in this thing.
Best.
Nice, right? And we just got more budget from the owner, so.
Doing this section, we're gonna remove all the tape, yeah, and then we're gonna patch it up again. So.
When I randomly drive my dad, every once in a while he would just blurt out, hey, we never have to worry about putting food on the table anymore. We never have to worry about, you know, for a couple generations at least, that we don't have a place to live. Like one generation difference of I guess pushing the limits to build wealth. And of course we're here, as we say, what US is a place where you can pursue the American dream. What does the American dream look like. It's equal opportunity.